Alright, what's up guys? It's that time of year again, Tour de France time. And I thought we'd take some time to go ahead and look at some of the contenders this year and kind of give our predictions. I'm just going to take my pen here and we're going to just write down some of our thoughts on who's going to win. And let's get into it. Oh, that's not my pen. Hang on. Where's my pen? All right, I can't find my pen, but it's all right. I guess we'll just have to do it on the PC. So let's just get right into it, guys. Okay, all jokes aside, this year's going to be awesome. The Tour de France is one of my favorite events, and I watch it every year. I've been watching it since, I can't even remember. I've been watching it forever, and I'm absolutely super excited this year, because the biggest name, Chris Froome, is not going to be there. So it really, in theory, opens the race to a lot of different individual riders. Now, of course, we say that, but we all know what's going to happen. We all know Team Sky, or whatever their new name is just going to absolutely control the race. So, initial predictions, obviously Lance Armstrong's going to win this year. He's had a pretty good season so far, so, I mean, you can see him here on Mont Ventoux. I mean, like, he's just absolutely killing it. So, obviously, Lance is going to win this year. But let's take a look at some of the other guys. So, for Team Sky, we got Egan Bernal. Now, the first time I saw Egan Bernal was in the Tour of California. And he was riding well, and TJ was in the lead at that point, and he was just blowing away TJ. So, I really think that he could have a strong chance of winning the Tour this year if they allow him to do that. Or it'll be interesting to see if he plays a more supportive role like he did last year. Then we got Thibaut Pinot. Now, Thibaut Pinot is kind of tough to read always. You never know if he's in good shape or not. And it'll be tough for him, I would say, to win. He's not very good at time trialing, and, you know, the team time trial is going to kill him too. His team is not strong in the team time trial, so it'll be interesting to see. Then we got Adam Yates. Yeah, now Mitchelton Scott is a strong team, and so Adam Yates could definitely perform well at this year's Tour, I would say. A key stage is going to be the team time trial. I really think that the team time trial is going to put big time into some of the people in this race. So then we got Steven Kruijswijk, and Steven Kruijswijk is a really good rider, and so I'd watch out for him. I'll do a top 3 at the top of this video. But yeah, watch out for Steven Kruijswijk. Very strong rider. Looks good at the Dauphiné, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then we got Geraint Thomas. So Geraint Thomas, I would probably say he has not had a very good season. So it's going to be tough for him to win this year, especially because last year he kind of won by accident. Like, nobody really followed his attack. He didn't win by accident, but, I mean, you know what I mean. Like, he attacked and nobody followed because they all thought Chris Froome was going to counter, but he never did. So it'll be really interesting to see if he's able to, say, in the time trial or the team trial, it takes some time. And then Jakob Fuglsang. Fuglsang, he's an interesting rider. It'll be tough for him to win, I'd say. His team's not the strongest, and yeah, he wins like the Dauphiné all the time, but I mean, that doesn't mean anything. Like I said before, like when it's time for the Tour de France, like, you know what's going to happen. Like, Team Sky is just going to be pushing the tempo, and nobody's going to be able to follow. So yeah, Jakob Fuglsang's just going to get dropped like he always does. I'd be surprised if he was up there. Rigoberto Urán, I don't really have a prediction for. He didn't look strong. Last year he crashed on the cobbles, I think it was. So I would say probably, it depends. The team is interesting. I don't really know much about that team, so I'm going to leave an open prediction for Rigoberto Urán. I really don't know what's happening. Then we got Mikel Landa. Mikel Landa could easily win the Tour. Movistar 3 leaders again, so, you know, it's really whoever has the most time, I would say, is probably going to win on that team. It could be Quintana or Valverde. Is Valverde racing this year? I don't even know. Let's check. Where's Movistar? Oh, Valverde's racing, yeah. So they got 3 leaders. So that'll be fun to watch for sure. Roman Bardet probably can't win because of the time trials again. Team not that good in the time trial. So let's see. Richie Porte. This actually could be Richie Porte's year, but I mean, he's probably just going to crash again like he always does. So if he doesn't crash, I would say he's got a decent chance. He's got Bauke Mollema backing him up, which is nice. So that'll be fun. Nibali. So Nibali, he's probably going to be tired from the Giro still. So I would say Nibali is probably not going to do that well. I mean, he might, but again, it would be kind of like tough. And it'd also be on his team. I think Rowan Dennis is on his team now, so they might actually do well in the time trial, in the team time trial. So it'll be interesting to see. And also Rowan Dennis, he's not on the list, but I mean he could. He's been looking pretty good in his general classification standings. So you never know. But this is the Tour, like I said. I mean, we got big guns, big drugs in this one. So, Simon Yates, yeah. So okay, so they're both racing this year. Okay, so that's gonna be intense. Let's see, where are they? Okay, so we got Adam and Simon Yates. So Simon Yates, I would say, is stronger than Adam in my personal opinion. So yeah, this is gonna be wow. So yeah, so Mitchelton Scott is gonna have a good team. Again, it's gonna come down to the team time trial, because Simon Yates can climb and Adam can climb, but how much time are they gonna lose in the team time trial is really what it comes down to. So next, and I would say let's do 2 more. We got Quintana. So I already kind of mentioned Quintana. Quintana could probably win. I wonder how their team is going to do in the team time trial. Probably pretty strong. I'm not sure. Landa is not that good of a time trialist. Valverde is pretty good in the time trial. So they should, between the 3 of them and then 2 other people, they should be able to make it across pretty quickly on the team time trial, I would say. So, but then Quintana might be able to actually, it seems like his whole game plan is always to just like counterattack Chris Froome, and he can never follow. But with Chris Froome gone, he might actually be like the new Chris Froome, like forcing people to chase his own attacks. So you never know. And he never really commits to an attack, which is one of his big problems, I would say. Like he kind of just like attacks and then comes back and then attacks. Like you got to go all in the Tour, man. Like come on. All right, we'll do 2 more. Dan Martin, he's pretty cool. Again, he normally like follows Chris Froome's attack, so he might be able to catch some people off guard if he like launches off real quick or something. So that'll be fun to watch. Dan Martin's awesome. He's always like giving us something to watch out for. So, and finally we got TJ Van Garderen. So out of the Americans, I would probably say Lance Armstrong is obviously going to be better than TJ, but TJ's pretty good too, and he's looked pretty strong this year as well. So I would say TJ is definitely going to have a chance for a top 5 here, in my personal opinion. So that would be really cool. And it always seems like TJ is kind of up there. Like, in the first week, he's always like 2 seconds behind and stuff like that. So if they can get some good time in the team time trial, I would say TJ, if he plays his cards right, he could be in the yellow jersey in the first week. So that would be really cool. So a prediction for me, I would say TJ is finally going to get a yellow jersey this year. So that would be really, really sweet. I'd love to see that. So, but I mean, you never know. Lance Armstrong could take it away from him in the first week. Lance is just a beast anyway. So, all right. So let's do a top 3. So my top 3, out of all these guys, I'm gonna go Steven Kruijswijk, number 1. I think Steven Kruijswijk's gonna win. Then I'm gonna go one of the Yates brothers. I think is gonna be number 2, and then number 3. I'm gonna go TJ. TJ's gonna get 3rd place this year. Hopefully, that would be awesome if he plays his cards right and he can get past the rest days. So there's my official predictions. Steven Kruijswijk is gonna win the Tour this year. And of course, Lance is obviously gonna win. You know, there's nobody can stop him, so he's obviously gonna win the Tour this year. But other than that, I mean, Kreisvik might win, you know. So those are my predictions. Kreisvik, one of the Yates brothers, and TJ, and probably Richie Port is gonna be up there too, I would say. So I can't wait to start watching. Hope you guys watch too, and we'll see you next time.